The Africans sold the children of Israel. The Africans sold the children of Israel.
Clap it up for the young children. That's what I'm talking about. See our point today, bro? Look, you're on the money. That's right.
They knew who we were.
That's what God just said.
Yeah, they knew who we were.
Yeah.
And that's why they sold us.
How did the black man get to America? On a ship. How did the black man get to China? On a ship. How did the black man get to Portugal? On a ship.
Yeah.
I know a story that I want to tell about a people that are living in hell. We came on slave ship, fell from being great, as it is written, Deuteronomy 28:6-8.
Started to learn this, understand it. Read on.
And will plead with them. Therefore my people and for my heritage Israel,
Watch this. Read.
whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land.
How did we get scattered among the nations, Tony? Through slavery.
That's
Yes.
right.
How did the black man get to America? On a ship. How did the black man get to China? On a ship. How did the black man get to Portugal? On a ship. And I'm reading it from the Bible. Read.
And they have cast lots for my people,
How did they cast lots for us? Watch this. Read.
and have given a boy for an harlot.
They made a boy a sex slave, a breeder. You ever seen Uncle Tom's Cabin? Remember they had that big buck come out the thing? Now he's breeding. They made a boy into a sex slave. Read on.
And sold a girl for wine.
They made a girl a bed wench. Look, take my red wine and you're going to have this girl as a bed. That's what happened. That's our history. This is what God is saying. This is what the nations have done.
Bred their slaves to produce more workers. The function of the breeding farms was to produce as many enslaved people as possible for sale in areas with labor shortages. The two largest breeding farms were located on the Maryland Eastern Shore and in Richmond, Virginia. Planters in the Upper South started selling slaves to the Deep South through traders like Armfield and Franklin. The Ohio River and the Kentucky were major slave markets and ports for shipping slaves by the Mississippi. Offspring produced were separated from their families and sold. Before the Civil War, it was common for slave owners to rip families apart and sell them to other slave owners. Rape wasn't the only injustice done to women in breeding farms. One of the worst things was separating a mother from her child after birth. And you know what's worse? The federal government kept these going with the fugitive slave laws and other rules that defined African Americans as property that enslavers could handle however they wanted. Most U.S. policies assumed that family was less important to people of color and that the people involved were less than human. To justify tearing families apart, the government first dehumanizes the target group, particularly African Americans, Central Americans, and Native Americans. Slaves went to any length to keep their families together, but there was a limit to what they could do.
That they might drink. Yea, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyree and Zidon?
The Africans, you always hear, how did we get to America? Oh, African soldiers. You're all right when you say that. Hamites, which are the Africans today, sold the Negroes to the white man.
That's right.
That's how we got here. So if you ever hear somebody say blacks sold blacks, they're not totally incorrect. Some Africans sold us to the Grecians. And God is going to say that, and I'll let you get your point. Read.
And all the coast of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense?
Read.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Read.
Because ye have taken my silver.
Because God's silver has been taken to the lands of America.
Right.
God's jewels have been taken to the lands of America. We're not just black. We're not just niggas. We're not just speak. We are the Israelites.
Well,
What's your point, brother?
we're not just Africans. The Africans sold the children of Israel.
That's right.
They knew who we were.
That's what God just said.
Yeah, they knew who we were.
Yeah.
And that's why they sold us.
That's why they sold us.
But see,
Who they sell us to?
they sold us to the slave traders.
That's right, bro. You know the Bible literally says what you just said?
Yeah.
Watch, you in the spirit, Tony. Read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold, and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. The children also of Judah.
The children of Judah, which is, all the children of Judah.
And the children of Jerusalem.
That's all the other names, all the other tribes under Jacob.
Have ye sold unto the Grecians?
Sold to whom?
Unto the Grecians.
To whom?
Unto the Grecians.
We were sold to the white man.
That's right.
$5 to the Johnson plantation. What's the last name again?
Latin.
Latin?
Just like the language. Latin.
Latin. Sold to the Latin plantation. What's your last name? No way. Ezel. Sold to the Ezel plantation. Where do you think you got your last name from? Your granddad? Oh, his granddad got it from his granddad. And his granddad got it from a slave owner.
Right.
That's why you know other people with the last name Johnson and they not family. One man, this is Bill Johnson. Another one is Craig Johnson. But they not related because both of them came from a Johnson plantation. That's what God is saying. We have been sold to the Grecians. Literally what you just said. God just said out of his holy Bible. Read on.
The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border.
Where are we right now? Far from our homeland. Our homeland is in Israel. We are far from it. Right now we are in the land of we're in Muskegon. Where do I know what Muskegon means? Muskegon, Michigan. Why are we in Michigan? Because we were sold to the white man for $5.
Good.
Sold to another white man for $10. Yeah. This is history. You didn't know that? Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. Look, I'm going to educate you, sis. Look, come look at these signs. Y'all got to look at the visual. Come. Come, young ladies, come. Come. This is real stuff that we're talking about. Look at this sign. You think I'm playing? This is real. This is serious business according to God. Give me Deuteronomy chapter 28. Let's start at verse 15. This is how we figure out our nationality. This is what brings us back to our identity. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 15.
Come on.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
God said, y'all got parents, right? When you don't listen to your parents, what happens? You get in trouble, right? You get consequences. Very good, young lady. You get consequences. It's the same thing for the entire nation of Israel.
Hey, what's like that, bro? Bro, you ain't subscribed yet? Man, look at this guy, man. You ain't right, man. Press the button. Press the button.
The entire nation of Israel is all of the people you see on this side. Y'all see this sign right here? Which one y'all come from?
The top.
What's the top say? Judah! You gotta put some respect on that thing. That's some good stuff. Don't get scared. This is the love of God, sister. Oh my God. This is how men really speak. I know you didn't see it before, but it's the first time. So check this out. Judah. You come from a tribe of Judah. That's the same tribe Jesus Christ came from. That means Jesus will be black just like y'all. Just like Tone right here. Come on. Verse 16.
Verse 16.
Come on.
Cursed shalt thou be in this city.
What people, here's my question for y'all now. Y'all are intelligent, right? Right? Y'all have the ability to think, right? What people are at the bottom of society in Detroit? Huh? What people are the most impoverished? They have no money like that. Huh? Black people. What about in Muskegon? What about Ski Town? Who's at the bottom? Black people. What about in Georgia? What about in Atlanta, Georgia? Who's at the bottom? Black people. Why do you think that is? Have y'all ever asked, why is it that black people are at the bottom of society in every city you go to? In Houston, we're impoverished. In Atlanta, we're impoverished. In Memphis, we're impoverished. In Ski Town, we're impoverished.
That's right.
Why?
Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city.
Cursed. You remember what God just said? The Israelites will be punished. Cursed means punished in the city. This is how you identify who we are as a people today. You are cursed in the city. In Ski Town, the black race is at the bottom.
Right.
Because God said you didn't keep my commandments like I told you to keep them.
That's right.
Read.
And cursed shalt thou be in the field.
Cursed. Who had to serve in cotton fields? What's her name right here in the way? Janai. Who had to serve in cotton fields? Huh? No, was it Chinese people? No, come on now. He was right. The black people, I was just messing with you. Black people had to serve in the cotton field. Read. Watch this.
Verse 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
You heard this one, Tony? Thou shalt become an astonishment. When other nations look at us, they're astonished. They're like, oh my God, what happened? Read.
A proverb.
A proverb is a wise saying. Watch this. You probably know this one. It's like a stereotype. If you want to hide something from a black man, where do you put it? In a book. That's a proverb. That's what happened to us. Black people love what kind of food? Hey, come on. You never heard black people love fried chicken? Exactly. That's what the stereotype. Watch this. You said God said we would be called a proverb, and what else?
And a byword.
What's a byword? Tony, you know what a byword is?
Afterthought.
Afterthought, close. What's a byword, young man? You don't know. What's your name right here? With the blue braids. Huh? Jada?
Jarita.
Jarita, okay. What about you? Maya. Maya, Jarita, Janaya. Jarita, what is a byword? Read it one more time.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 37. Come on. And thou shalt become an astonishment. A proverb. And a byword.
Janaya, you know you was next. What's a byword? Do you know? It's okay. Do you know? Do you know, young lady? A byword.
Is the word that copy?
Clap it up for the young sister. That's what I'm talking about. She on point today, boy. Look, you're on the money. What do white people call us?
Crackers. Niggers.
Janai, where you at? Stick with us. What do white people call us? You said niggas, right? Yeah. What else do they call us, young man? You up?
Right. Negro.
Negroes, that's good. What else do they call us, Tone?
They call us.
Yeah, what names they give us? Afro-American. Now here's the question. Can you read any of those terms in the Bible? Can you read Afro-American? Can you read Negro? Can you read, what do y'all say? Nigger, can you read that in the Bible? No, right? Because those are bywords.
That's right.
God has a different name. Watch this. One leave your name for a curse. Isaiah, where is that?
65.
Yeah,
Yep.
you the spirit. Yeah, you the spirit. That's guy with the glasses on. Isaiah 65:15. Come on, you got it?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 65, and verse 15.
Read.
And ye shall leave your name for a curse.
We left our name for a curse. Our name used to be Judah, the praise of God.
Right.
But they all have meanings that go back to God. Our name used to be Judah, Benjamin, Levi. All of these names you can read in the Bible. So we left that name for a curse. Negro, blacks, nigger, spig, African American. You understand? You understand? This is what God said you will be called a byword. You want to be told? We call it so you have to check the box saying African American. That's a byword. That's a curse from God, brother. Watch this. Go to verse 48. Now, remember I said a boy was sold for $5, right? And I was like, $5. $5, no way. Watch this. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
But before we read that, what is this right here called? Young lady, what is this right here called? Like, huh? A neck choker. What you think? Same thing? Same thing? What is this called right here? It starts with a Y. Where'd the young man go? He left?
Yeah, blue and orange jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Tony, what is this? What's this called? You see it?
Hey.
It starts with a Y.
Yoke.
A yoke. You heard the older man? A yoke. Watch this. God called this a yoke, right? The brother said this term is yoke, right? Watch this. Read.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 48.
Come on.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
So the Lord sent our enemies against us. Let's see where our enemies are. Read.
In hunger.
And hunger. When you're hungry, Tony, where do you go?
Eat.
To eat. Does your nation, do your people own the place that you eat at?
Not a one.
Not one, right? Read on.
In hunger. And in thirst.
When you're thirsty, where do you go, Janiyah? When you're thirsty, where do you go? You want something to drink? To the store. Who owns the store? Do your people?
No.
You see? You see what God is saying? You should serve your enemies for hunger, for thirst. Watch this. Read on.
And in nakedness. And in want of all things.
Where do you buy that shirt at?
son of God.
Come on, Terry, this right.
Yeah, where you buy that shirt at, Tom?
I don't know, but it was from a white man.
Exactly. Because we don't own the textile companies to make the clothing. You might own a brand, but to make the clothing, you cannot do it because you don't have the textiles to create it. That's a curse. Or toilet paper. Where do you get your toilet paper from? You get it from your own people?
All I need, we got to go to
another nation. Exactly. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
What is this? You hear what the Bible just said? This was written 2,000 years before it happened. He said, you shall do what?
He shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck.
You see it? You see it? Ye shall put a yoke of iron.
What is a nation? Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is men leading by example. Nation is women's support. Nation is children with role models.